and he sought to defend his disgraceful autistic bullying friend, who I'm not going to mention on here. But I don't think he realizes the abuse that his friend subjected me to. His friend rejected my friendship and told me via email that she thought I was weird and creepy. As I said in an email reply to one Anderson Corey, to say that someone is weird and creepy is not a very nice way to describe their Asperger's syndrome characteristics. Indeed, I know from I've got quite a few books on Asperger's syndrome that fill me with the confidence that I need to deal with my day-to-day social interaction problems. But indeed, this book here emphasizes that I do not have to put up with the kind of bigotry that your friend, one Anderson Corey, subjected me to. I did not go to university to be subjected to rejection and negative comments about my characteristics that might make me come across to people as strange. I do not set out to be creepy. I do not set out to be weird. The book that I've got here that I just showed you and other books say that people must try and accommodate my social interaction problems. Hello, I'm Chris Williams and welcome to my video blog. Today is Tuesday, March the 16th, 2010. In a moment I'll be discussing my opinions on the 2010 Bahrain Grand Prix, the first Grand Prix of the 2010 Formula 1 season. And that's coming up after my opening scenes and some messages. Please do check out my newly revamped blog, musingsofchriswilliams.blogspot.com. New features added include an update of the BBC News. You can also visit Amazon.com from my site now. You also have the opportunity to click to become my Twitter friend. You can subscribe to me at the blog as you could do previously. Also, there's the new opinion poll where I ask you a variety of questions with some multiple choice options for you to select from. The blog features largely the full library of my past YouTube videos. So that's musingsofchriswilliams.blogspot.com. Do go and have a look, and if you want to comment on any of my postings, you can use your YouTube account to comment on my blog, as both YouTube and blogspot.com are members of the Google family. So that's musingsofchriswilliams.blogspot.com. So yes, the 2010 Bahrain Grand Prix largely criticised as being dull and boring, largely because they have now banned refueling during the course of the Grand Prix. But I've been a racing fan since 1988, and obviously that means that I saw some quite a lot of races before they reintroduced refueling. So what I'd like to say is that we have now gone back to how the racing was in the days of Ayrton Senna, Alain Prost and Nigel Mansell, and it's fair to say that in those days there wasn't a great deal of overtaking, because in particular in 1988, the first year I saw Formula 1, there were the turbo cars, McLaren and Ferrari, and the rest were normally aspirated cars. You could say that today's cars are all normally aspirated. So in those days, as you might have seen on archive footage, it It was the McLarens and the Ferraris running away with the race, always the McLarens running away from the Ferraris. So you then tune in to see the Formula 1, and it's always McLaren winning, either Senna or Prost. Because in '88, it was only Gerhard Berger winning the Italian Grand Prix, which disrupted McLaren from winning all the races in the 1988 season. So people who think that this year's Formula 1 season is boring so far are probably too young or to have viewed the 1988 season, or perhaps we're not fans of Formula 1 in 1988. But some say that refueling should be reintroduced to make the motor racing exciting like it has been in recent years. Oh yes, I agree with that. But I'd also like to put forward the argument, thinking back to 1988 again. I've seen some footage of Ayrton Senna really battling his car. Now, he could have gone off at any point, but in those days, it was definitely the driver controlling the car. There was no computer aids to assist with the process. And you watch footage these days, and it's the driver going, press button now, turn corner, press button now, turn another corner, that thing. But in those days, it was Senna. If you got steering with us, you go, and there's a really battling the steering, and of course, the camera footage was really vibrating, because it was not just a rough surface to drive over, but lots of forces acting on the car as it accelerated. And I'd say that was more exciting to watching, more chance of accidents there. But now I think Formula 1 is too safe, and it's very easy for the driver to turn the corner unless they're driving for Hispania and any of the other new teams who are currently off the pace and seem to have so-called cars that are dogs, no ones that are aerodynamically dodgy at the moment. But I think that although they try to strive for Formula 1 to be the technological pinnacle of motorsport, I think they should reintroduce measures so it is the driver solely responsible for winning the race, rather than any aerodynamic or computational aids that assist the process of driving. Of course, the field is much closer these days compared to in 1988, but the first race in Bahrain implied that there's not going to be much scope for overtaking, because all the cars are so similar, both in design and in terms of opportunities. And as Jenson Button said, when one driver comes in for a pit stop, another one comes in for a pit stop, so nobody overtakes anyone then. So strategy is all messed up at the moment. Okay, that's all I want to say for this video blog. Do join me for future videos over the next few days, weeks and months. Until next time, it's bye for now. Bye bye.